Five Nights at Freddy's is one of the most popular indie horror games, possibly even the most popular horror franchise of the last 10 years. So, when the official Five Nights at Freddy's Twitter account revealed that they would be doing something very special for the game's 10th anniversary, everyone was pretty excited because of the possibility of new collabs. We in the Fortnite community can't get enough of these things, and it's no secret that someone at Epic is a huge fan of Five Nights at Freddy's, judging from all the references they've stuffed into their pew pew shooter game. On June 19th, we got the roadmap for 8 big releases scheduled between the 1st of August all the way through to the 8th. And there was a collab announcement marked for August 6th with a series of question marks behind for a touch of mystery.
What do you mean by that?
Everyone knows that Fortnite is the king of collabs, so the hype train steamed ahead at full speed for an entire month, with thousands of Fortnite fans sweating in anxious anticipation for the eventual reveal.
This better be good.
And then, on the promised date, it turns out that we got catfished.
Oh my god!
Five Nights at Freddy's wasn't collaborating with Fortnite, but instead it was going to collaborate with Dead by Daylight. After a whole month of rumors, leaks, and trolling from brands like Cloak, it was a giant slap in the face to the entire Fortnite community who thought this was finally Freddy Fazbear's time. So what happened, and is there a chance that we might still get a Five Nights at Freddy's collab in the future for Fortnite? In this video, I'll explore the many possibilities for Five Nights at Freddy's to make a comeback and tell you my theory on how it might happen. But before we talk about Five Nights at Freddy's future in Fortnite, let's take a look at its past and why Fortnite fans were so eager to see psychopathic murder bots in their Battle Royale game. And no, it's not because we want to watch Freddy Fazbear dry humping Peter Griffin's body while doing the floss like Ninja on that cringeworthy New Year's Eve stream.
If you guys know it, just move. It's all I want to see some movement. I'm not seeing enough movement.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Okay, you know what? That actually doesn't sound so bad. Although Freddy Fazbear doing the floss while decapitating someone with his teeth would be next level terrifying and give me nightmares for at least a week. But anyway, back on topic. The first time people seriously felt like Fortnite was going to get a Five Nights at Freddy's collab was during Chapter 2, Season 5. Hypex, who's one of the most reliable Fortnite leakers, seemed pretty sure that a Five Nights at Freddy's collab was in the works, based on in-game audio leaks and the names of skin files. Fortnite has a tradition of naming their internal skin files based on the initials of the character the skin is based on. For example, the tour bus skin for Ninja has the same initials as his actual name, Tyler Blevins. So when Hypex saw a skin file named French Fry, he assumed it was a reference to Freddy Fazbear, everyone's favorite homicidal furry. Hypex also found audio tracks for footsteps that kinda sounded like the Foxy's footsteps from Five Nights at Freddy's, but with slightly less thump behind them. Everyone was expecting a Five Nights at Freddy's announcement in October for Halloween, but we got nothing. Next year, in 2022, Five Nights at Freddy's rumors started spreading once more when Epic put out a survey featuring both Monty and Glamrock Freddy as options for players to show their interest in a Five Nights at Freddy's collab. This wasn't confirmation of a collab, but at the very least, it was proof of Epic acknowledging player interest in the franchise, and believe me, there is a ton of it. These surveys are usually sent out to content creators and players who agree to receive news on promotional events via email, and it's Epic's way of deciding through popular support which skin they should add next. Dabbing on scrubs as Glam Daddy Fazbear would have been awesome, and I don't know why Epic held off for so long on the Five Nights at Freddy's collab. I mean, they did Predator, Halo, Terminator, and pretty much everything else under the yellow sun, so why not Five Nights at Freddy's? Maybe it has something to do with Scott Cawthon, the creator of FNAF. You see, Scott isn't exactly a fan of collabs. I don't mean he hates them or anything, but it's probably because he wants to focus on developing his own IP as opposed to selling it out for some quick bucks on the side.
I'm very careful with collaborations because I want to protect the brand and I want to make sure that Five Nights at Freddy's stays as Five Nights at Freddy's. And there are some games where even if I really enjoy the game, it just doesn't feel like a it doesn't feel like a good match. It feels like a mismatch. The brand integrity is the most important thing for me.
I respect his grind, and he's a genuinely good artist, but I don't think a Fortnite collab would in any way undermine the culture surrounding FNAF. If anything, it will give the horror series another massive surge in popularity. There are plenty of young adults and horror fans who play Fortnite, and they'd love to get their hands on some FNAF skins. Imagine how cool it would be if we had Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria as a POI. Maybe we could even add a limited time mode that takes place exclusively during the night, and you have to survive 5 waves of NPCs that get progressively stronger, just like in the Five Nights at Freddy's games. Even though the community is hungry for FNAF, it seems like Epic and Scott have different plans in mind. Scott probably felt like Dead by Daylight is a more fitting universe for a collab as opposed to a lighthearted shooter with cartoonish graphics, and meanwhile, Epic isn't exactly desperate for new collabs. I mean, they just did the Pirates of the Caribbean and Fallout collabs, but is there a window of opportunity for FNAF to sneak in unnoticed in Chapter 6? Certainly, there is always a possibility as long as Epic understands that fans are interested in something like this. Weirder things have happened in Fortnite. Remember that random Queeby collab? That company's not even in business anymore. Or that Ghostbusters collab with the lame-ass skins and absolutely nothing else. I really hope they don't mess up FNAF like they did with Ghostbusters. I'm confident that if Epic is going to collab with Five Nights at Freddy's, it will be during a Halloween season inside a Fortnitemares event. Maybe they will feature certain animatronics like Foxy or Freddy Fazbear as part of a bigger overall theme similar to the ghosts that appeared on the island, or maybe they'll really commit to it and release a whole Fortnitemares based entirely around FNAF with proper integration into Fortnite's lore. That would be amazing. Imagine fighting bosses like Chica or Bonnie who will drop their unique mythics once you beat them. A Mr. Cupcake Bomb would be so cool. Or maybe we could get Chica's chicken talons and rip people apart in melee combat. At this point, I've probably put more effort into my imaginary scenario than the writers at Epic put into most of their recent seasons. Speaking of which, I don't think an FNAF crossover is happening this chapter, or for that matter, this year. Because if you look at the leaked roadmap, the Fortnitemares key art features a swampy forest area with lots of trees. This is also reflected in the LEGO Fortnite key art for October and November, in which we can see what looks like a haunted mansion of some kind. Now, I don't know about you, but that doesn't look like the correct location for an FNAF collab. Five Nights at Freddy's means we get an urban locale with a pizzeria or diner of some kind, because half of FNAF's appeal is its uniquely themed locations. This means a potential Five Nights at Freddy's collab won't happen, most likely until at least October of 25, and when it does, the story will probably take a darker turn, because Fortnite's aesthetic doesn't really vibe with FNAF. That's why Dead by Daylight is such a natural fit for this collab. You could put any of the animatronics in that game, and they would be believable as killers. Personally, I don't want to see Fortnite's story or art style getting sacrificed for the sake of any collab. The awesome thing about the Marvel collab was that they managed to integrate these heroes from a different multiverse into Fortnite without sacrificing its natural charm or innocence. It felt organic, and the design of Marvel superheroes matched up perfectly with the bright and vibrant island of Fortnite. What do you think? Is there any way for FNAF to fit into the story and the world of Fortnite? Or are you okay with a few cool skins and nothing more? Let me know in the comments. Like the video and subscribe for more Fortnite updates in the future, and as always, I'll catch you guys in the next one.